Hi guys, welcome back to Shabest Online Tutorial. In today's tutorial, we're going to learn how to evaluate this limit on the board. And the given limit is what? Limit as n approaches 4, 2 minus root of n all over n minus 4. Evaluating the limit, the first thing we're going to do is to plug in 4 as n. So anywhere we see n, we plug in 4. And if you look at this function, when we plug in 4, it's going to be an undefined. Because 2 minus, we know 4 is a perfect square. So when we put 4 here, square root of 4 is 2. Then 2 minus 2 is going to give us 0. Then when we plug in 4 here, 4 minus 4 is the same as 0. And when you have 0 divided by 0 is undefined. So therefore, this function here is indeterminate. And if you look at the numerator, we have root n. So when you have a square root in a function, what is going to come to your mind is surd. So what we are going to do is to multiply this surd by the conjugate of the numerator, because the square root is in the numerator. What do we mean by conjugate? Recall your surd. When we have, for instance, a minus square root of b, the conjugate is what? A plus square root of b. What do you notice here? It's only this operation that change. This negative and this positive is only thing that change. And similarly, when we have a plus square root of b, the conjugate is going to be a minus square root of b. So therefore, the conjugate of this is going to be what? 2 plus square root of n. So we're going to multiply it by the conjugate divided by the conjugate. We have limit as n approaches 4, 2 minus square root of n all over n minus 4. Then multiply it by, we can use bracket multiplication, 2 plus square root of n. You see what happened? 2 plus, in place of minus, we just replace plus. This is what we call conjugate. Then divide it by what? 2 plus square root of n. We are divided by the same thing, so that when you divide, you have 1. When you use that one to multiply, they will still get the same thing back. Then we put it in bracket. Now we're going to simplify. Limit as n approaches 4 is going to be, to expand this, 2 multiplied by 2 is going to give us 4. Then 2 multiplied by square root of n is going to give us positive 2 square root of n. And negative square root of n multiplied by 2 is going to give us negative 2 square root of n. Then negative square root of n multiplied by positive square root of n. The square root is going to cancel. We are left with one negative n. Because when we have square root of x multiplied by square root of x, this is the same as square root of x all square. So this square is going to cancel the square root. We are left with just x. So therefore, square root of n multiplied by square root of n is going to give us n. And everything all over, we're not going to touch the numerator, the denominator rather. So we rewrite 2 plus square root of n. So the next thing, if you look at here, 2 root n minus 2 root n. So this is minus and positive is going to cancel. We are left with limit as n approaches 4, then 4 minus n. Then everything all over n minus 4, then multiply by 2 plus square root of n. So this is going to be the same as limit as n approaches infinity, 4 minus n. This 4 minus n, when you have 4 minus n, do you know that it's the same as negative n plus 4? Because 4 is positive, n is negative. Now we're going to factor out negative 1. So when we factor out negative 1, negative n divided by negative 1, the negative will cancel, is going to be n. Then positive 4 divided by negative 1 is going to be what? Negative n. So the factorization of this is going to be negative 1 into the bracket of n minus 4. This is going to be what? Negative 1 into the bracket of n minus 4. Then everything all over n minus 4. Then multiply by 2 plus square root of n. So the next thing we're going to do, we have n minus 4, n minus 4. So this is going to cancel this. We have limit as n approaches 4, then minus 1 in the numerator, everything all over 2 plus square root of n. Now we're going to plug in 4 anywhere we see n. So this is going to be what? Limit as n approaches 4, negative 1 all over, we have 2 here, then plus square root of, in place of n here, we just plug in 4. So this is going to be the same as what? Negative 1 all over. 4 is a perfect square. Square root of 4 is 2, then 2 plus 2 is the same as 4. So therefore, this limit goes to negative 1 over 4. Thank you for watching, and please follow and subscribe for more video like this. Thanks.